Now, Ulrich Brückner is a professor for European Studies at Stanford University and joins us now from Berlin. Ulrich, thank you so much. What is the EU position on Donald Trump suggesting that the US will take over Greenland?
Well, as difficult as it often is to speak with one voice, in this case it's very simple. Everyone is furious about such a claim of a NATO partner. We have been within a security alliance and believed in collective security is real, but having an enemy within the system, someone who could come out with an imperialist idea to steal a chunk of a kingdom of Denmark, is so outrageous that there was nothing like a strategy in the drawers that could just be used for a case like this.
Is it at all being seen as political theatre? We know Donald Trump says a lot. Or is it pointing to a deeper problem in how the US views its allies?
Well, of course, it also shows that there is a great disrespect for the allies, and that making America great again implies that everyone else has no interest or is treated as a condition taker. This doesn't distinguish between potential enemies and close partners. This became very clear since February last year, and this is something that is a given in an otherwise very uncertain situation. But generally speaking, it's hard to predict, because if a few weeks ago someone would have said that Trump would be willing and able to kidnap a president or to act as a pirate in the Atlantic to conquer a ship that is under Russian flag, we would have said this is just rhetoric and it wouldn't happen until it did.
How much leverage does the EU and NATO actually have to stop Donald Trump from taking Greenland by force if necessary, understanding, of course, that that would be a last resort for the United States, as he says?
Well, first of all, taking Greenland by force is not even necessary, because there is an agreement between Denmark, a very loyal and pro-Atlantic and America ally within NATO. They have been fighting side by side with the United States in Afghanistan and in Iraq when everyone else was kind of skeptical about whether there are weapons of mass destruction in Iraq. Denmark followed, and Denmark expected to be respected as a consequence of this. This is no longer real. So it's very difficult to think about a scenario in which NATO would be involved, because NATO is a collective security organization to defend the NATO members, and to think about something that happens within the alliance that is meant to send a signal of deterrence to potential enemies is so outrageous that I don't think that it will ever be something like a NATO problem. But with this agreement from 1951, Denmark gives the United States the opportunity to protect NATO territory with air bases and military operations on the island, because they see that strategically Greenland plays an important role, and it's growing of importance with the melted ice, and its importance as a route both for trade and for military vessels. So this is important, and it is of rising relevance, but to just take it is beyond imagination in the NATO countries.
Yeah, thank you so much for chatting to us. That's Ulrich Brückner, Professor for European Studies at Stanford University in Berlin.